Hi, my name is Joy Leinenbach, and I am the Children's Ministry Coordinator here at Fairport United Methodist Church. These past few years, in each summer, we have had a summer family fun program that everyone in the church has been able to take a part of. And this year, because of everything going on in the world, we haven't been able to do that. And so we have been doing summer family fun in a box with the families in our church. And part of that program involves my doing a Zoom time with the boys and girls on Sunday mornings. And this past Sunday, I was struck with a feeling of wanting to share the object lesson that I used in the lesson. I was just struck with the feeling that I wanted to share it with the entire church family. The theme for our Summer Family Fun in a Box series is splashing in God's Word, and every story talks about water in one way or another. And so the first week we did Noah's Ark, and so there was the promise that we can find in God's Word. The second week was Jonah and the whale, and we talked about telling God's Word, sharing that information, sharing all of the good news that Jesus and God has to bring. We want to do that. And then this past week, 2 days ago, we did trust. We need to trust in God's Word. And the story that we did was walking on water. And the object lesson that I used to represent that has to use paper clips and some dish soap and a container of water, which I have here on my table, which you'll see in just a second. If you remember in that story of walking on water, there's Jesus walks out on the water on the rough seas to Peter and the other disciples in the boat, and urges Peter to get out of the boat and walk towards him. And Peter does that because he trusts Jesus and knows that he's going to be okay. And as soon as Peter starts to have doubt and fear and anxiety, he starts to sink into the water and calls to Jesus to help him. And so Jesus grabs his hand and brings him to the surface, and Peter's able to continue walking, and Peter realizes how much he needs to put trust in what God and Jesus have to say. So let's look at this representation with this, and then I'll sum it up. This blue paperclip is going to represent us and those of us who are wanting to trust Jesus and we're wanting to walk on that water and believe. The red paperclip is going to represent Jesus and God and how they can help us and be there for us when we're making those decisions. And the dish soap is going to represent the fear and the doubt that sometimes creeps in and makes us question whether or not we're doing the right thing, or question whether or not Jesus or God is really there with us. So here is my container of water, and if I just take us with the blue paper clip and try to make it float, it goes to the bottom every single time. All by ourselves, we're going to sink. We're not able to float. We're not able to stay at the top. But when we have Jesus with us, when we believe in what God has to say, we believe in God, we believe in Jesus, and we can trust in that, then we're going to float. And so here is Jesus and God with us as we're trying to float through this craziness, especially in this time we're in now. And you can see that the paperclip is floating. So with God's help, we're able to float. We're able to do what we're needing to do. But as soon as anxiety or doubt creep in, and so here's my dish detergent, and I'm going to squirt some of it over here. Watch what happens. The paperclip immediately sunk to the bottom. As soon as that fear and doubt, we allow that to come into our lives, and we question the decisions that we're making and all of that, we feel hopeless. We feel like we're sinking. And I know a lot of us are feeling that way. I know I I feel challenged on some days as to whether or not my decisions are the right decisions. Is it safe to go to the grocery store? Is it safe to go out to dinner? Is it safe to do takeout and bring the food home? Is it safe to bring the mail in? Is it safe to go to the grocery store? What am I going to do with my daughter for starting school in the fall? Am I going to do it all online? Am I going to do the hybrid model? What's going to be the right thing to do? And as I was showing this object lesson to our boys and girls on Sunday, I just was reminded that I have to have faith. I have to trust in God's word and trust that He is with me all the time and in the decisions I make, and that the decisions I make are good because I'm taking in as much information as I can and using that to decide what's best for my family. And so I hope this little object lesson brings you some peace, gives you something to think about, and can help you trust in the decisions that you are making for your family. I also want to share with you that I'm going to post on the church's Facebook page the playlist that I created for families for YouTube songs for on YouTube that correlate with the different weekly themes for our Summer Family Fun in the Box. Some of the songs, when you check them out, you'll see are sort of juvenile because they're meant for little kids. But other ones are perfect for adults and teens. And I find especially the ones for this week for Walking on Water, I found them really inspirational and they really spoke to my heart. And I'm finding myself going to play them, and that then I'm listening to them and repeating the song in my head over and over throughout the day. And so I hope that you'll find a song there that can give you some peace and help you throughout your day. So I hope you have a great week, and I hope your summer is going well, and know that you are all in my thoughts and prayers, and that I look forward to the day when we'll be together again at church in whatever time frame that ends up being. So blessings on you all. Bye-bye.